नौजवानों, मस्जिदों को आबाद रखो। नौजवानों, तुमसे मैं कह रहा हूं, हमारी मस्जिद हमने खो दी और वहां पर क्या किया जा रहा है आप देख रहे हैं।
ओवैसी जी, आप अपने दल की दुकान चलाने के लिए किसी को भी गुमराह मत करें।
बाबरवादी और इस्लामिक कट्टरपंथियों के पैरोकार मुस्लिम यूथ को भड़काने, बरगलाने और उनको आतंकवाद की राह पर धकेलने का कुत्सित प्रयास करने में जुट गए।
Namaste, Jai Hind and welcome to this edition of The Right Stand. I'm Anand Narasimhan, and as you can see, even in our studios, preparations abound to celebrate the consecration of Ram Lalla Virajman on the 22nd of January at Ram Janmbhoomi, the Bhavya Ram Mandir. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Supreme Court in its observations while delivering the Ayodhya verdict clearly stated that the structure at Babri, the Babri structure, was not built on a vacant land and there was an underlying structure which was not Islamic, on top of which this structure had been superimposed or built forcibly. The Apex Court also added that the existence of Sita Rasoi, Ram Chabutra and the Bhandar Greh highlight religious character and that there is no evidence that Muslims were in exclusive possession of this site all along. But despite all this, some continue to fearmonger or rather mislead young minds. For the last several days, the opposition leaders and several voices within the opposition, one after the other, have been questioning the consecration ceremony, some even calling January 22nd as a black day. AIMIM Chief Asaduddin Owaisi joining them, appealing to Muslim youth to be watchful about the activities carried out and said that mosques across the country should remain inhabited as attempts are being made to snatch them. Now, with reference to Babri, Owaisi said the place where Quran was recited for over 500 years is not in their hands anymore. Owaisi's remark drawing massive criticism from the BJP and the Hindu groups and also pushing for a larger question. Was this actually a mosque or was it a temple that has now been reclaimed? A temple that was snatched and then, as per the rule of law and the judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court, reinstated and handed back to Hindus from whom it was snatched. So why gloss over these acts of savagery under this entire cloak of victimhood is the question that we ask.
Hello, Moto.
Joining us this evening, Anila Singh, spokesperson of the BJP, Varis Pathan of the AIMIM, and also Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author and political commentator. Namaste and Jai Hind to all our panelists. We should have Anila Singh and Varis Pathan through with us any moment now, but Dr. Ranganathan is there with us. Dr. Ranganathan, those who say Masjid Shaheed ho gaya or Masjid kho di, and these are all people, including Barrister Asaduddin Owaisi, are they then adhering to the rule of law and constitution of the country, the verdict of the Honorable Supreme Court, or glossing over their own individual knowledge of the legal tenets of our country as barristers?
Good evening, Anand, and wishing you and all your viewers and your colleagues a very happy new year. This is turning out to be a momentous year already, just 2 days gone. You can see the heartburn of millions of people. But more than that, the hearts of 1 billion people is being affected through what is going to transpire in a few weeks. So we can ignore the heartburn. No, but seriously, there are a couple of points out here. One must, to understand the ilk of Owaisi and others, his cohorts, one must understand and read two momentous books by V.S. Naipaul, Among the Believers and Beyond Belief, where he meticulously charts out what happens when you are converted. And when you're specifically converted to Islam, you are ordered to forget everything that was owed to you through your culture, through your civilization. You are ordered to look towards the sand dunes of Arabia. And Naipaul put it succinctly 40 years ago. We are seeing the mirror that is reflecting what he said through the people like Owaisi. They will not believe that hundreds, if not thousands of temples have been demolished by cruel barbarians and invaders, where you can even see the half temples upon which the mosques have been built. But they will not see that. They will ignore that. Why? Because the Indian civilization, the Hindu civilization is no longer theirs to feel proud of. They look westward, further westward. And the people of the Arab states, they look down upon them. So, na idhar ke, na udhar ke, but that is the way it is. But as far as the Ram temple is concerned, let me, take you back to the story of Turin Shroud. That Anand for 2000 years was believed to have been used for wrapping the body of Jesus Christ after crucifixion. Until in 1989, when scientists proved through carbon dating that it was only 600 years old. That is the brute force of truth and science and evidence. They are the bulwarks for justice. Let me now sum up the Ayodhya judgment of 2019 with fact taken from the judgment. This is what exactly the Supreme Court accepted. Number one, the Babri Mosque was not constructed on vacant land. The excavation indicated the presence of an underlying structure below the disputed structure. The underlying structure was at least of equal, if not larger dimensions than the disputed structure. The underlying structure was not of Islamic origin. Archaeological finds in the area of excavation reveal significant traces of successive civilizations commencing with the age of the archaeological North Block polished ware traceable to the 2nd century BC. On a preponderance of probabilities, the archaeological findings on the nature of the underlying structure indicate it to be of Hindu religious origin, dating to the 12th century AD. The mosque in dispute was constructed upon the foundation of a pre-existing structure. The layered excavation at the site of excavation has also revealed the existence of a circular shrine together with a Makara Pranala indicative of Hindu worship dating back to the 8th to 10th century. These were verbatim quotes from the Ayodhya judgment. And after the judgment came, and after the land was handed over to the Hindu party, and after the excavation began for the construction of this grand Ram temple, they found dozens of idols, broken idols, plaques, marbles, statues, excavations that actually gave out all the lipi and, the everything that indicated that there was a marvelous Hindu temple beneath that. What do you have to say to that? I would say that yes, Babri Masjid was constructed over a temple, but not Owaisi. Never. Because it looks towards the sand dunes.
Well, he may look whichever direction. That is what the freedom allows us. Under the constitution, he may look in whichever direction and pray to whoever he would like to pray to. But to try and cloak an act of savagery under this entire garb of victimhood, is that fair for somebody who has a certain level of understanding because he's a barrister of the legal aspects of our country? He's supposed to be and bound by his profession to honor the court of law and the rule of law, as a citizen to honor the rule of law and the verdict of the courts. And most importantly, he's also a parliamentarian, so he has a certain level of parliamentary duty and responsibility to adhere to, even when he is addressing the Majlis as a leader. Waris Pathan is there with us. So
before Waris Pathan Saab comes in, I'm sure with the new year he would give me this 30 seconds, because the question is related to my dear brother Waris Pathan Saab. And I want to make an analogy, Anand, here, because I think that is very pertinent. Let us say Waris Pathan Saab has a property, right? And he doesn't want to sell that property because he wants to construct something on it. But I come along and I say, look, I am going to sell Waris Pathan Saab's property to somebody else. And that transpires. And that somebody else then constructs something on Waris Pathan Saab's property. Now I ask Waris Pathan Saab, who has the sale deed papers? Who has the property papers? I don't. But I have sold it off. Waris Pathan Saab does. In a court of law, whom would the judge agree with? Waris Pathan or me? Waris Pathan Saab would say, yes, the judge would agree with Waris Pathan. But that is what has happened. Waris Pathan Saab doesn't agree with the fact that in the case of Mathura, the property has been sold off to the Shahi Idgah or that the mosque. The property didn't belong to them. But he won't agree. Why? I'm sorry to say this again, because of sand dunes.
Let Mr. Waris Pathan please. Namaste, Anila ji, and Namaste, Waris Pathan. how would you like to respond? Why is Mr. Owaisi saying things that he needn't say on a matter specifically which is resolved by the courts of our country?
Well, Anand, to begin with, I heard my learned good friend Anand also. First and foremost, I am proud of my party president being a barrister, having full knowledge. He is a learned man, a great parliamentarian, a great orator, and I am proud of him. Second thing, what did he say yesterday in his speech? He said, Musalmano, masjid ko abad karo, explore the masjid, वहाँ जाओ नमाज पढ़ो, हमारी अजान दो, वरना जिस तरह से पहले हमारी मस्जिद छीन गई, इसी तरह से दूसरी मस्जिदों को भी ले लिया जाएगा. Where is incitement in that? Kindly tell me, kindly go and read the lexicon meaning of incitement या भड़काओ भाषण. Telling a person that please go there in the mosque, pray. If this is incitement,
अगली लाइन
every day.
उसके बाद वाली लाइन बोलिए ना. No, उसके बाद वाली लाइन बोलिए ना. You are a very smart advocate and a lawyer yourself and a fantastic spokesperson. So you are also being very convenient with the truth. The first line तो पढ़ दी, उसके बाद वाली लाइन तो आपने नहीं पढ़ी कि जो मस्जिद हमसे छीन ली गई या हमने खो दी, वहां आप क्या हो रहा है वो आप देख रहे हैं. वो किसके रेफरेंस में था? कौन सी मस्जिद खो दी है जहां आजकल क्या हो रहा है कौन देख रहा है?
Well, we have Anand, we have already lost our one Babri Masjid, and we say once a masjid, always a masjid. This is our iman, this is dharma, our faith also says so. So we are very hurt. The Babri Masjid was taken away by cheating, impersonation. You know that very well. First, locks were opened in the Congress regime. Then they say Murti Prakat ho gayi. Then all of a sudden they filed an affidavit before the Honorable Supreme Court. And then what happened on 6 December 1992, which we call as a black day in the history of democracy? Our Babri Masjid was demolished. It was martyred. And we will never forget that, and this thing we will also tell to our generations, coming generations, that see how we cheated, how our masjid was taken away.
But
so
the
we
point
don't
is
want the other
two, three
masjid.
things.
Now my friend just spoke about the Supreme Court judgment.
Two, three things.
Anand, see, if you interrupt me,
sorry, you make a strong argument.
Listen to me like you listen to Anand. Give me the same courtesy.
Okay.
Extend to me the same courtesy which you extended to my very good friend Anand Ranganathan.
Please complete.
Now coming back to the Supreme Court judgment. The Supreme Court judgment was based on faith or not on the basis of evidence. The honorable judges of the Supreme Court unanimously said that no temple was destroyed to build a mosque. And kindly allow me to read one simple paragraph from the judgment of the honorable Supreme Court, which is about 1045 pages. I will just read one simple paragraph which will clarify everything. A finding of title cannot be based in law on the archaeological findings which have been arrived by the ASI. Between the 12th century to which the underlying structure is dated and the construction of the mosque in the 16th century, there is an intervening period of 4 centuries. No evidence has been placed on the record in relation to the course of human history between the 12th and the 16th century. No evidence is available in a case of this antiquity on the cause of destruction of the underlying structure, and 2, whether the pre-existing structure was demolished for the construction of the mosque. Title to the land must be decided on settled legal principles and applying evidentiary standards which govern a civil trial. This was the judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court. The Supreme Court had passed the order under Article 142, which was on faith. Subsequent to that, it was a Places of Worship Act 1991 was also there. Looking into the aspect that the country should not fall prey to such kind of politics, hatred must stop. The Places of Worship Act 1990 was enacted.
Now,
but what happened to them? Now they come for the Kashi.
No. Will you please yield?
Now the Sunari Bagh Masjid in Delhi.
There are 2-3 questions, sir.
We have to remove this. Though the matter is sub judice pending in the court.
Varis Pathan, there are 2-3 questions. One way. Anand Ranganathan wants to respond to you. After that, I will come with my questions. Yes, Anand Ranganathan. Anilaji coming to you after that. Yes, Anand Ranganathan.
Yes, no, I commend Varis Pathan Sahab. He is my elder brother. Happy New Year to him. And I have to say this, that he is not lying. He has quoted verbatim from the Supreme Court. Pathan Sahab, you have. But will you also accept that I have also quoted verbatim from the Supreme Court? Do you accept that? Say yes or no. Then we'll move forward.
No, if you accept this, things are clean. There was no temple was destroyed.
You have to accept the judgment in whole.
No temple was destroyed.
You have to accept the judgment in whole.
No survey was evidence to show that the murtis were there.
Now, you have got an inkling what is coming for you. And you are running away. You think it's a tsunami that is coming. Yes, it is. In the shape of Anand Ranganathan. Because what you are saying is that yes, a title suit cannot be decided on the basis of archaeological finding. But you are not quoting the archaeological finding the Supreme Court has accepted. You are not. You are cherry picking. No. Yes. Supposing your property is to be decided on title suit. But the Supreme Court has said, no, please. I have quoted what the Supreme Court accepted.
Correct.
And after the digging, after 2019, how many Hindu
that's
idols, how many
that's where I'm coming back. That's where I'm coming back.
back.
That's where I'm coming back to two fundamental questions which I'd like Mr. Waris Pathan to answer before I bring in Anilaji. First up, okay, you said that once a masjid, always a masjid. Perfectly fine. But tell me, Waris Pathan, what are the basic characteristics of a masjid and what is deemed a masjid, sir? First part. What is deemed a masjid?
Yes.
As per the tenets of Islam itself, as per the holy book, what is deemed a masjid? A place that is fit for offering prayer. जहां पर आपकी प्रेयर या नमाज कबूल होगी, ऐसी जगह को मस्जिद कहा जाता है. तो ये मस्जिद की बेसिस क्या है? Define it, sir.
Once a masjid, always.
No. Define the masjid. Define the masjid. Define. No, sir.
No temple.
You know the answer to it. You know the answer to it, and you will get caught there. What is defined as a masjid, sir? That the title on the land on which that place is built must be clear. No other structure should have been built there before. Yes. It should be a waqf property, and that it should be made according to Shariat. These are some things which are the basic aspects of a place which is deemed as a masjid or a place befitting enough for you to offer prayer as a Muslim. Second part in Islam, sir. Yes. Islam is against Buddh parasti or idolatry or idol worship. The moment you say masjid shaheed hogi, that means you yourself are saying that the masjid itself is an idol or has life.
No, we said...
if you use that term, then that itself is an un-Islamic term.
No, we were cheated, sir. We were cheated.
Being cheated? Who cheated who? Who cheated who? Sir, on the one point, sir. If that place is not deemed a masjid as per the tenets of Islam, as per the Supreme Court judgment, it was a structure that was placed on a structure which was un-Islamic. So, by default, then the structure which you are calling masjid becomes un-Islamic. And where namaz kabul nahi hogi, then how can you continue to call it a masjid? Is that not a disservice to Islam itself? Is that not misleading Muslims itself? No. Is not going against the very tenets of Islam itself, sir? Because where should a masjid be built? I asked you, what is a masjid? Define a masjid. What are the basic rules for a masjid, sir?
Masjid is a place to pray.
No, it's not. No. What is deemed a place to pray? What is deemed a place to pray? As per Islam, sir, as per the tenets of Islam, sir. You can educate me better. Barrister Asaduddin Owaisi will know it better.
Okay. Allow me.
So for you to call that place a masjid itself, is that correct as per the tenets of Islam itself? A place that's not been legally acquired, a place that is not waqf, a place that did not have another structure standing there or existing, another pre-existing structure or whatever character, especially of another religious character. Does this do all these aspects that define a masjid per se? Do they tick all the boxes? Be it Gyanvapi, be it Krishna Janmabhoomi or Ram Janmabhoomi?
Now, why do we require a temple? Why do we require a temple? भगवान तो दिल में बसता है, भगवान तो कन कन के अंदर बसा हुआ है, इंसान के रोम रोम में भगवान बसा हुआ है. तो why don't you pray inside? Why do you require a temple? Why can't you do puja in your home? You require a temple. We require a masjid. That was a masjid.
No, I agree, sir. I agree, sir. Just like that's simple. That's the difference between prayer and worship itself.
No, that is the difference.
There is a difference between prayer and worship itself.
Say what you
can pray anywhere, but worship happens only if you believe in Vigraha or Murti Puja, and when the deity, as per the constitution, has living rights and the deity is seated.
For you.
No, sir.
For you.
Sir, this is as per the constitution based on
for you faith. That may be a part
prayer
of your worship.
Worship is different.
For me,
Anand, for you it is prayer, sir. For us, for Hindus it is worship. One minute. Anila Singh. One minute.
It's mandatory.
No, sir. Prayer
it is mandatory on
sir,
me to pray 5 times.
Like I said, sir, please don't cherry pick or be economical with facts. I am asking you again and again, what are the grounds under which a place of prayer for Muslims will be deemed a place which is the rightful place to pray or which is deemed a masjid, sir? You know the answer, And you please tell me whether
What are
any
the
of the
grounds
three
for making
places
a
that you
temple?
asked, do they tick all the boxes? And if they don't, why is there an insistence to continue going ahead and offering prayer at a place where namaz will not be kabul or will not be accepted, because that's not the right place to pray? Sir, very clearly, it's not deemed a masjid. As per your own, as per Islamic tenets itself. Anila Singh, at this point, when a matter is resolved, why is it there are people who are making comments
You are
like
very
this?
less
Why is
knowledge about
22nd
Islam,
January
Anand.
being
Let me
called a
tell you.
black day?
You don't know
This
what
all-
is Islam.
Sir, I don't know, you know better, but you explain it to me. But as you
I
look for
don't
the
know.
explanation, let Anila Singh ji speak.
Because
Yeah, Anila ji.
Because you very well know that I have been.
Ram
I will
Ram to
demolish
all.
your statement. I will
Sir,
demolish
you
your
can
points.
demolish anything, sir, but please demolish with facts. Don't randomly
I
use
see.
your verbal
I
bulldozer.
see.
Yes, Anila ji.
You have
Yes,
demolished
Anila
your
ji.
mosque.
Anila
Shows
ji.
their mindset. This shows their thought process when they call 22nd January as a black day. Jinki soch kali hai, so they are going to say it is a black day. But we very well know that each and every Ram Bhakt is going to rejoice 22nd of January, and we are going to do that. And for the sake of your viewers, for the consumption of your viewers, I will tell you the background history of Mr. Owaisi. In 1927, Nizam of Hyderabad, he started a group, MIM, alright, which later on became AIMIM. Nizam handed over the reins of this group to Kazim Rizvi. Kazim Rizvi वही है जिसने हिंदू स्लॉटर किया था, मारे थे लोग, 2 लाख से ज्यादा हिंदू मारे थे, कत्ले आम किया था. All right. Then Kazim Rizvi, he gave the reins of this group to Abdul Wahid Owaisi, who was the grandfather of today's Mr. Owaisi. So this is the mindset, Razakar's mindset. Razakars were the one who used to slaughter Hindus. So this is the mindset. Do you think that they are going to enjoy anything good for the Sanatanis? Of course not. अरे तलवार के डर से जिन्होंने शलवार पहन ली है वो आज हमको बताते हैं. In 1947, a plot of 8,82,000 square kilometer was given to them. It was sea facing, mountain facing. Why didn't they go there? When temples get demolished in Pakistan, they do not have any problem. And very rightfully, through the court, when Sanatanis get this right, that yes, they can build Ram Lalla temple there, they've got a huge lot of problem. And this person, he says that 22nd January will be the black day. What nonsense is this? I'm not going to indulge into any sort of legal battle on your panel. I know one thing, that in Supreme Court, we have won this battle, and the Supreme Court has given the version. Ram Lalla Mandir is getting constructed there. 22nd of January, when whole of the nation, each and every Ram Bhakt living in this world, anywhere, any part of this earth, he is going to celebrate 22nd of January as a Diwali day.
Well, he or she, and irrespective of what their background, if they know if they know the background, the politics aside, the actual facts of the matter is that there is a fight legally which is happening for something which should not be religiously claimed by one group at all and which belongs to another group. That's what the aspect of faith is. But if it is about mutual cohabitation, living together as Indians, as Bharatiya people together, Mr. Anand Ranganathan, why is it that this matter is not resolved and those even settled matters are continued to be raked up? Is this to show that there is perhaps a certain sentiment, there is a group of people who still feel that this is wrong and there should be a certain inflaming or fanning up of passions? Mr. Asaduddin Owaisi will not randomly come out and say something. He must have sensed that there is perhaps a sense amongst the larger grouping. And if that's the case, then perhaps Samanvaya has not been achieved. Because everybody said that whatever the court rules, we will accept. So then that acceptance has not happened.
Yes, but let me also say something, confess something here, in all honesty. And, we are amongst a family, a large family. And Waris Pathan Sahab, I genuinely consider him as my elder brother. And I am saying this, he might not like this. But the fact is, जो वो अंदर हैं, वो बाहर नहीं है.
I like you, my friend Anand. I like you. Thank you,
Pathan Sahab. अंदर ये वो आदमी है आनंद जिन्होंने पब्लिकली बोला था गणपति बप्पा बोरिया. गणपति बप्पा मोरिया बोला था इन्होंने पब्लिकली. ये हिंदू सिविलाइजेशन की धरोहर है, लेकिन बाहर इनको अपोलोजाइज करना पड़ गया. तो जो अंदर है इंडियन और जो बाहर है इंडियन, उनको आपको पता लगाना पड़ेगा। वो सिर्फ आप तभी पता लगा सकते हैं जब आप लोगों से फिजिकली मिलें। और मैं इनसे मिला हुआ हूं, मैं इनको जानता हूं, ये मेरे बड़े भाई हैं। इनकी सिविलाइजेशन धरोहर हमारी सिविलाइजेशन धरोहर है, लेकिन बाहर ये कह नहीं सकते, इनको माफी नहीं पड़ गई थी। तो ये तब तक चलता रहेगा जब तक ये क्लैश ऑफ सिविलाइजेशन होता रहेगा। आनंद, 1 इंच भी दूसरी साइड नहीं देगी, 1 इंच भी नहीं देगी।
वारिस पठान?
Yeah, Anand Ranganathan is a very good friend of mine, and I admire him, and Happy New Year and all the very best for the coming year for him, you, Anand, everybody. I was just listening to the BJP spokesperson, then I'll first reply to her, then I'll reply to Anand sir also. She just now was speaking about Diwali banegi, dhamal hai, everything will be now enjoyed, festival season. Madam, this is happening in Ayodhya, right? Few kilometers from Ayodhya, Varanasi, where Prime Minister Modi is the member of parliament from that place. IIT Kanpur, if you recollect, one girl, she was stopped in the middle of the night by 3 BJP IT cell goons. She was made naked, her videography was done. She was gang raped by those thief people from the BJP IT cell. 60 days they were absconding, they were campaigning in Madhya Pradesh. What are you to say about those people? What steps have the BJP taken against them? Will the bulldozer be used against those people? You are talking about Nari Samman, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, but your party is full of this rapists. They gang raped the girl. For 60 days they were not there. And what did the BJP government in Uttar Pradesh did, Anand? You will be surprised and shocked. The very first day when they were produced before the honorable court, nobody asked for police custody, but straightway they were remanded to judicial custody. Why no investigation was done to ensure and to see that where were they for 60 days, what were they doing, how many gang rapes did they commit, how many videographies did they do? No investigation. Tomorrow I won't be surprised that the BJP spokesperson will go with a garland with the sweets and the sweets to him. They will go there, definitely. They will see to it that they are also empowered. This is what your problem is. Had Bhagwan Ram been there, would have been like this kind of things. जो लड़की थी वो भी राम जी की बेटी थी ना, देश की बेटी थी. So why no word from the BJP spokesperson on that? She is a lady, I respect a lady, but why no word from her? Why no condemnation? Why no action? And one more question, when will the bulldozer be used against those people? Had there been the people from any other political party, had those people been associated with the IT cell of any other political party, or had one of them been a Muslim, today the debate would have been there for 10 days and the entire Muslim community would have been labeled as rapists. But these 3 people whose names I have written here for the Kaushal Pandey, Kunal Pandey, Saksham Patel, Abhishek Chavan, these 3 people from your 2 rupees IT troll cell, they were roaming scot-free. Tomorrow they will be granted bail. This is your Rani
Let Anila Singh respond. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen.
No. So condemn them
Mr. Waris Pathan. Mr. Waris
Pathan
is a past pastor in shifting the goalposts. But since he's made a political accusation.
He has not shifted the goalposts. He has shifted the stadium.
No.
Stadium in Nikal Gaya.
That's all right. But since he's made an allegation, let Anila Singh respond. Let Anila Singh respond. Let Anila Singh respond. We'll allow it. The point is, sir, you have clearly sidestepped the core question that we asked you here on the debate, and you have made it a political fight with the BJP. Let Anila Singh respond. But I would like this to be noted.
That we are discussing about Bhagwan Shri Ram. We are talking about Ram Mandir. As usual.
Okay, now let us speak. I have run out of time. Let her respond to you, Waris Pathan, please. Let her respond to you, please.
Or he is going to pick up some case. Now he has picked up the case of Varanasi. We know one thing. Number one, Bharatiya Janata Party is the largest party in the world. If I talk about Uttar Pradesh, in Uttar Pradesh, we have the largest number of members in from Bharatiya Janata Party. And criminal is criminal. This is what we think, and in the same way we act as well. The government, of course. और किसकी पुलिस ने पकड़ा था? हाँ, हैदराबाद की पुलिस ने आके पकड़ा उन लोगों को. So you cannot say that the police under Yogi
the aspect is that if the BJP, I have to wind up because I've run out of time. I've got Dr. KK Mohammed joining me, so I have to go across to that. But the point noted, Anila Singh, the point being made is that if you are talking about Ram Lala and if you are talking about Ram Rajya, so one of the core principles of Ram Rajya is governance for all and appeasement of none. The rule of law should fall on everybody and the access should be equal to all and it should not be preferential. That's the point that's being made. Meanwhile, Waris Pathan, Imran. We'll continue to ask this question the next time around. Hopefully you have those notes and names written also on what actually defines a masjid and what is deemed as a masjid. From there, we'll start the next conversation. Always a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you very, very much to our panelists.
Thank you.
Quickly going across, ladies.